Hello everyone, it's good to be back. It's Dr. Ed Bauman, and I am guiding our stress management practice. And I'm happy to be back with Chris, who is our student, learning about stress.
Learning about stress.
Yes, all right. Can you recall what some of the definition or the sort of why stress happens, how stress happens?
Yeah, just that when we get under stress, we have a tendency to want to run or
three things.
Yeah. So flight or fight, and also freezing.
So did you have any experience of any of those three states?
Yeah, I wanted to run away a couple of times.
Where'd you go?
And then I did get in a couple of fights, so.
No way. Well,
Yeah.
that's coping, yeah.
Yeah, no, when I get under stress, I think a lot of times I just noticed it, that I just really want to run away. That's kind of, even though I don't necessarily physically run away, I feel like, oh, God, so, so I did actually notice that what happens when I didn't realize until I started actually pausing what I was going through.
So what was your challenge from week one?
You know, I tried to do calm.
Okay.
I tried to do calm, and I tried to breathe, and that actually breathing was the greatest thing that I did. But I wouldn't say that I was successful at becoming calm. But I was successful in noticing when I wasn't calm, and the breath, taking the breath, and also taking breaks and doing the movements and the exercises really helped me to become aware of kind of what my patterns are and when I'm running.
There's 3 steps to this process of all of it, the road to wellness. The first is awareness. I'm aware that I'm stressed. I'm aware that I'm out of shape. I'm aware that I need help, all right? The second is choice. So by being here, you're making a choice. By coming to our class, you're making a choice. By taking a time out, you're making a choice. Sometimes you're aware, but you don't make the choice. Other times you're aware and you make a choice.
Yeah.
And then the third is practice. So you've practiced some, but the pattern, it's a big pattern.
Yeah.
It's a lifelong pattern. People can be stressed before birth. People can be stressed while they're being born. They can be stressed as children. They can be, they can have some serious incidences that have really triggered a very deep stress response, some of which is unconscious, some of which becomes conscious.
Right.
So what we're working on here is managing the stress that we can manage. So give me an example of a stressor you had this week and how you coped with it, which is a way of managing. Something fairly small to medium.
Well, I was working on a project, a graphic design project, and I thought I had it all dialed in and had it in on time.
Yeah.
Because there was a deadline, and then people found mistakes, and so that really stressed me out because I'm trying to be perfect, and when they find mistakes, it shows that I am not proofing it enough and proofing it properly, and
So hold it right there.
So that was really
And what did that bring up in you, or what physiological, psychological response happened when your work was not up to par?
Well, it made me feel stupid for one thing, but also, I get afraid that they're going to decide to get rid of me.
So it's a survival thing.
Yeah, because I'm not, because they're having
I'm
to
not
go
good
over
enough.
my work, and when I should be catching those mistakes. So
it's an emotional
really
trigger.
Stressful, yeah.
Yeah. And then when you got triggered, you got disturbed, you got distressed, then what did you do? Did you go into deep meditation, or did you have a snack? Or did you go to bed or watch TV? Because we all get triggered every day. I get triggered as much as the next person. It's the question of what now? How do I deal with that feeling of, uh-oh, I'm in deep doo-doo? What was an example
I'm not
in that mode?
sure. I mean, the thing is that I just got very anxious and
Yes.
distressed. And then what did I do?
Sounds like freeze. You
Yeah,
didn't
freeze.
fight. You didn't run. You just like,
Yeah. And I did, one of my coping mechanisms is to eat chocolate, because chocolate gives me energy. And it
What type of chocolate?
It also helps me be clearer.
Okay.
So for some people, they drink coffee and it like clears the mind, but for me, it's chocolate. And then also TV, that really, helps me take my mind off of the anxiety.
It changes the channel, literally.
Yeah.
So one channel is I'm under work stress, I'm having a waking nightmare. And the other channel is I'm watching a show.
I'm hoping that I wake up and then I just was dreaming one of those dreams
know.
where you don't have your, you
Clothes
don't have
on.
your slip on, or
I know, I hate that.
But it wasn't that kind of day.
I
It
understand.
was actually real.
Was the chocolate high quality, low quality?
Oh, it's good.
Chocolate's okay. Chocolate is a legitimate choice. How much might you eat?
Well, that day,
Yeah.
I ate almost the whole bar.
Okay, so you ate a little
I ate
more,
a lot.
okay.
Yeah,
So you overate the chocolate.
yeah. I
Because
did.
you wanted to get either, buzzed or,
And
know.
chips.
there you go.
But I'm trying not to eat chips because it is making me overweight.
If you are what you eat, you're becoming a chocolate chip.
So I'm trying to eat. Shut up. I'm trying to eat carrots and celery, and because it's crunchy.
Sure, that's what we're teaching you here.
Yeah.
Beverages is the best thing to do. Have a cup of tea, have a glass of water. That's the best thing when you're in the stress. Now, I want to introduce a new concept for this week.
Okay.
It's called mindfulness. It's similar to calm, same idea. Mindfulness is a practice that has 3 parts to it. Okay, part 1 is paying attention. I am noticing, and you can use that phrase, I am noticing something. So I'm in the moment, I'm checking in, checking out, seeing what's going on, how am I doing, body, mind, and spirit. Okay? So it's good to be mindful of the moment. This is the tricky one. Part 2 is being non-judgmental. So when you're stressed, do you tend to go towards being judgmental?
Towards myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, heavily.
Yeah.
We all do. I mean, it's a learned response. I must poor me or bad me or loser me or all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Okay? So what we need to practice, and it's a practice, is okay, I didn't do a great job. Okay, I didn't get it in on time. But you know what? I did pretty well. I gave it my best shot. I'll keep after it. I'm not going to beat myself up because I may have underestimated the difficulty. Okay? So I think that's really important, or you're heavily judgmental on the other person. That person is a jerk. That person is out to get me. Now, they very well might be, but if you get caught up in that, you're fighting.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
other stress is that I am working under somebody that I don't really like that much.
Understood. That happens.
So, yeah, so I do get judgmental towards that person too.
Now again, you have to protect yourself. That's what the stress response is about survival and protection, security. So if somebody is communicating or doing things that are hurtful to you, you have to say, stop. That's practice. Not like I need to take a bath now, but no, I need to say you have to stop doing that. It's It's threatening, it's harmful, it's not working. Okay, so again, number one, paying attention. Number two is being non-judgmental. And then number three is communicating. And communicating truth. And as best you can, communicating truth with kindness to people and compassion. Compassion means, yeah, I realize that this is hardship and there's pain and there's suffering, but I'm committed to making it better and working through it and coming through resolution, because then the stress cycle will stop with that person. But most of us are not encouraged to communicate that way. We're mostly kind of going sideways or backwards.
Yeah, it's just hard because it's my boss.
I understand.
You know.
Well, we're going to talk about that next class.
Oh, okay.
So what's your challenge in staying mindful?
I think that one thing I learned this last week is that I don't really notice what's going on a lot of times. So I think in terms of mindfulness, just continuing to notice what's going on and taking some breaths when I do notice, and trying to just to disengage from it, even if it's just for a moment. So that's what I wanted to
All right, let me help you out with the second level to that, is not beating yourself up. That's the practice.
Okay.
And giving yourself...
If I don't make stupid mistakes...
No,
then I
you
don't
will
have to
make
beat
mistakes. We all make mistakes.
Then I don't have to beat myself
No,
up.
the point is not about not making mistakes. It's about accepting our humanness and all that. And not creating more dis-ease within ourselves from self-judgment.
Yeah.
So this week, pay attention to stress, pay attention to awareness, and then when the self-judgment comes, go back off judgment. Give me some love. Give me some support. Give me some credit. Is that something you can work on?
Yeah.
All right. And then if you would, write in a little notebook or something so it doesn't just fly out the window.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good working with you. All right.